in support of the Helpline. It's been a really, I mean, this has been a crazy time for everybody, but the Helpline has experienced quite an incredible increase in calls, and we were both expecting it and a bit surprised with it. Staying at home measures has really created a unique situation for a lot of people who are living in very tenuous circumstances. So if they're at home with an abuser who they're kind of on pins and needles but always had outlets, isolation changed all that and really altered the dynamic quite a bit. So the month of May, we saw 6,000 calls. We normally would get something in the neighborhood of 3,000 calls. So it's been quite a difficult and a challenging time. Also because the calls we're coming in are really quite different from what we'd expect to get. Normally we're able to have our counselors spend an amount of time and really understanding the woman's situation and trying to work through what's best for her and create a reasonable safety plan. We had people calling who were desperate to get out and with really no place to go and no ability to talk. So we've had to make some interesting changes on our end as well, in terms of being able to adapt to these short, intense phone calls and figuring out what support systems are available in communities. So we are a provincial organization. We get over 50,000 calls annually from women across the country. About half of those come from the GTA. We have a toll-free number, and I'm going to turn off the ringer on something else. We have a toll-free number. Emily, I'm not sure what the best way to do that, if you want to put it out there on Instagram at the end. And we also offer language services, so it doesn't matter what you're comfortable in. We have the ability to help and give you support in whatever language you're looking for. And we can't thank you enough for spreading the word, for taking the time to educate people. Our calls range from, emotional abuse to understanding what abuse is to physical abuse. But each one is really important, and it's so important that people know that there's help available, that there's someone who's willing to listen to them, to validate their experiences and help them work out what they need to do to make their situation work for them. Because leaving isn't always the right answer. It comes with its own special challenges, and we meet the women where they are and work with them from what their needs are. But I'm going to let you guys enjoy this wonderful yoga session. I am going to turn off my video camera because no one needs to see me do this or watch me laugh as I can't do things. So anyway, I can't really do appreciate you guys doing this. If anybody has any questions or wants to reach out in the future, please feel free to contact me directly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yvonne, for coming on here and giving us a little introduction. I'm going to pass the floor over to Sonya McLaren, who's going to lead us through this yoga class today. Yeah, Sonya, you can take it away.
Okay, awesome. So just a couple ground rules before we start. If you're newer to this practice, you could put me as speaker view, just on the top right corner. If you want to watch multiple people, you could do grid view. And I'm going to be spotlighting a couple people that I've asked, so you can kind of look up at your screen and also look at some poses as well. Okay, so let's begin in child's pose today. So take your knees wide and just melt your body over your knees. And take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and let out a sigh. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in. Big exhale out. Come to your hands and your knees. and come into downward facing dog. Straighten your legs, press back. And you can bend one knee, alternate and bend the other. Bring in some movement here. Really pressing your 10 fingers into the mat. And then find stillness. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Bring your feet hip distance apart and grab either elbow. And just bring a sway here, side to side. You can shake out your head, yes, no. Just let that go. See Katie here. And let whatever happened before this class just kind of fall off your back and make room for your practice today. Let go of your elbows. Heel toe your feet together. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Extended mountain reach to the sky, rise up. Hands to heart center. We'll begin our practice today with 3 ohms. Breathe in. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, crown of your head reaches to the front of your mat. Chaturanga, high plank. Shift your body weight forward and then come to a low plank. Up dog, downward facing dog. 3 generous breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maddie, can you find a soft bend in your elbows? So you're not locking out your joints here. Yeah, you got it. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, forward fold. Extended mountain, rise up. Fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga. High plank, shift forward, low plank. Up dog, crack your chest open, downward facing dog. And your drishti, that's what we call the eye gaze in this yoga practice, is between your feet. So practicing intending your eyes to one place, not wandering around. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, forward fold. Extended mountain, rise up, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga. Option here to bring your knees to the floor. Up dog, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, hop to the front of your mat. Nice hops. Halfway lift, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. So you're bending your knees. I'm going to spotlight Katie here. Yeah, and come a little bit lower, Katie and everyone. Yeah, and then hug your belly button to your spine. Good. Option to cactus your arms, so bring a bend here if you want to open up your chest. 5 more breaths. You got this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hug your thighs together as if there's a $1 bill, a $5 bill, but it's the only money you have. Hug it in really tight. You don't want it to go away. One more breath in. Look up. Forward fold. Nice holds. Halfway lift. Inhale. Chaturanga. High plank, shift forward, low plank. Up dog. Nice low plank, Emily. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior 1. So root your right foot down to 12 o'clock. Rise up. You got it, Jen. One more breath in. Chaturanga. And maybe this is your first class. Know that you have everything you need. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior 1. Could be your 100th class. You still have everything you need inside of you for this practice today. Reach up, inhale. Chaturanga. High plank, shift forward, low plank. Up dog, downward facing dog. Option for child's pose anytime in this practice. Lift your heels, bend your knees, hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Uttanasana, fold forward. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, rise up, warrior 1 on the right side. Inhale up, chaturanga. Flow it through. Up dog, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior 1. Chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. And your heels are intending towards your mat here, but they may not reach, and that's okay. Could be bone structure. Having that intention of your heels going down towards your mat. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, forward fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Uttanasana, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga. Option for your knees to come to the floor here. Up dog, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior 1. Rise up, chaturanga. Nice drishki, Nella. Up dog, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior 1. Eye gaze up to your fingertips. Chaturanga, flow it through. Up dog, downward facing dog. Everyone take a deep breath in through your nose. Open up your mouth and let out a sigh. Ha. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your right leg to the ceiling. Bend your knee and stack your hips. Nice, Allie. And then flex that foot, the one that's in the air. Yeah, you got it. Option to stay here or flip your dog. So your right foot falls over and you open up here. If you're in flip dog, drop your head, look back, 2 more breaths, wherever you are, lift up higher. 1 more breath in, stick out your tongue, ha, high plank. Right side, side plank. Option to bring your right knee to the floor to make it more accessible here. Or you can lift your top leg if you need to fire things up today. Take on what feels good in your body and where you can stay for 3 more breaths. Wherever you are, can you bring your eye gaze to your top hand? 1 more breath in, look up, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your left leg to the ceiling. Bend your knee and open up your hip here. Nice, Nella. Stay here or flip your dog. And this side might look different, and that's okay. Jen, can you flex your foot here? Yes. 2 more breaths wherever you are. 1 more breath in. Open up, stick out your tongue. Ha, let it all out. High plank. Side plank on the left. Option for your left knee to come to the floor. You can bring your top leg up to the ceiling. I'm going to spotlight Darcy here. It's also another adaptation you can take. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath, look up. Chaturanga. Really strong holds, everyone. Up dog, downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of your mat. Right leg to the ceiling. Knee to nose. So hug your knee to your nose. Round out your spine. Right leg to the ceiling. Right knee, right elbow. Right leg to the sky. Right leg, right knee to left elbow. Twist over. Right leg to the sky. Right knee to nose. Hug it in for 3, 2, 1. Crescent lunge, right side. So place your right foot to the mat. Spotlight Katie here, and your arms reach up to the ceiling. Good. And that back heel, Katie and everyone, you lift it up high. Yes. And then sit a little bit lower in your lunge. Nice. Hands to heart center. Twist. So you twist your left elbow over your right knee. Yes, you got it, Katie. And can you find some breath underneath your left armpit? So you're not sinking into that right leg, but you can actually open up and twist off of that leg. 2 more breaths. You got it, Allie. 1 more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Open up to warrior 2. So your arms are opening up to either side of your mat. Nice. Really nice deep lunges. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior 2. Take a nice stretch here. Opening up to the back leg. Good. Come back to warrior 2. Extended side angle. So you can bring your right forearm to your leg. You can bring it to the mat. I'll spotlight Maddie here. She has her arm on her forearm. Really nice. Emily here. She has her arm Down, come a little bit lower in that front foot. Emily, yes, there you go. And then everyone take your eye gaze to the ceiling. You got it. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in, look up at your top hand. Chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of your mat. Lift your left leg to the ceiling. Knee to nose, hug it in. Left leg back up. Left knee, left elbow. Left leg back up. Left knee, right elbow. Nice twist here. Leg back up. Knee to elbow. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Step it down, crescent lunge. Nice hold. So really firing up that back leg. So you're hugging the skin to the muscle to the bone. And that allows you to sit a little bit lower when you fire up that back leg. Nice, Natasha. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left side. Right elbow on your left knee. Nice, Ali. And really hug your hands together so that you can lift off your legs. Yeah, you got it, Jen. Option to bring your knee to the floor here. 1 more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Open up to warrior 2. And imagine if I had a block, like a yoga block, and I put it on your front leg, would it fall off? So that's how deep your lunge is intending to go. It might not go today, but that's where your intention's going. So you want to sit a little bit lower. Yes. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior 2. Extended side angle. Option for the arm to the leg. You can bring it to the mat or the floor. Spotlight Katie here. Really beautiful. And then can you bring your eye gaze to your top hand, Katie, and open up not only your left rib, but the right rib. So you're twisting open. 1 more breath in. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, fold forward. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center and twist. So you'll bring your left elbow over your right knee. I'll spotlight Maddie here for visual. Good. And make sure you're breathing deep breaths. One more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Come back to chair pose. Yes, stay in the fire. Hands to heart center. Twist to the other side. And make sure your right hip and right knee aren't creeping forward, so your hips and your knees are actually in line here. So you can take a peek to your knees to make sure and come right back into it. Stay for the exhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. 3 more breaths. Yes, you can. 2 more breaths. Sit a little bit lower. 1 more breath in. Ali and everyone, look up to your fingers. Fold forward. Nice work. Bring your feet hip distance apart and grab your big toes with your peace fingers. You can shake out your head. Yes. Shake it out. No. Let that fire you created in your legs and your body to fuel all your insides right now. Take gorilla. So you bring the palms of your hands underneath your feet. Nice. Yeah, you got it. You can shake out your head, yes. Shake it out, no. Flutter out your lips. Or find stillness. Release your hands. Heel toe your feet together. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Extended mountain rise up. Eagle on the right side. So your right leg wraps over your left and your right arm goes over the left. Goes under, sorry. I'll show you the legs here with Maddie. So you can wrap, it might not go all the way behind like Maddie's. That's the intention there. Good. And arms can also come to genie. So one on top of the other. So stay here. 2 more breaths. Sit a little bit lower. 1 more breath in. Extended mountain rise up. Eagle on the left. And what a beautiful way to start the week together through connection, through this practice, even with being physically apart, finding connection here together this evening. And as Yvonne mentioned, the importance of connection. Extended mountain rise up. Dancer's pose on the right. So grab your right foot with your right hand. Good. An option to stay here or open up your dancer's pose. So push your foot back into your hand and open up. Nice, Nella. One more breath in. Switch sides. Dancers on the left. And that right hand is pushing forward. So imagine I'm there and I'm pressing my hand into yours. Nice, Allie. One more breath in. Release. Tree pose on the right. So the right foot can stay in kickstand on the floor. It can come to your calf or your inner thigh. Hands to heart center. Nice, Dana. One of my favorite sayings, it's an African proverb, says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Stay here or grow your tree. So bring your hands up to the ceiling. And that's really what we can do today. We're able to help out through this connection together. We can go far. One more breath in. Look up to the tops of your hands. Come on down. Left side tree. The side may look different. Maybe take kickstand below your knee or above. And if you're falling out, just come right back in. You can begin again. Know that wobbles are good. Stay here or extend your mountain, reach up. And can you lift out of your hips so your ribs are actually lengthening up to the ceiling? Feel yourself getting longer and lighter. One more breath in. Come on down. Extended mountain, rise up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior 1. Open up to warrior 2. Straighten out your right leg and then reach towards your right foot until you can't reach anymore and then bring it down to the mat. You can also bring a block, I'll spotlight Darcy, or a water bottle to bring the ground closer to you so that you can really open up here. Eye gaze to the top hand. And then fold over your front leg, your right leg, and walk your back in halfway. Come into pyramid pose. And really let your neck go here. Don't hold on to anything. Nice, Natasha. Halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Nice, Maddie. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Straighten out your left leg and then reach towards that front foot. Come on down, Trikonasana, triangle pose, sorry. Good. Open up to that top hand. Come up to your fingertips or water bottle. Nice, Emily. Fold over your front leg and walk your back foot in halfway. And your left hip is hugging back. So the tendency is for it to want to creep forward, so you're gonna hug it in. Good, and let your neck go here, and just fold and melt over that front leg. Halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Come to high plank. Come to your elbows, so forearm plank. Option to stay here, or you can bring your knees to the mat, and then you'll drop your hips to the right, and then drop your hips to the left. And then you can take this at your own speed. I'll count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to the middle. Come up to high plank on your hands. Downward facing dog. Nice work. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop to the front of your mat, and then make your way onto your back. So you're gonna come to lie on your back. And bend your knees, and then your hands could almost tickle your heels. That's how close your hands and your heels are. Then you're gonna lift up your hips to the ceiling. Bridge pose. Nice. Ali, hug in your inner thighs. Yes, you got it. Hug them in. One more breath in. Lift a little bit higher. Come on down. Sway your knees to one side. Sway to the other. Option to repeat bridge or come up into wheel. Whatever you're choosing, rise up now. Beautiful wheel, Emily. Oh, so many wheels. Katie, Maddie, Tasha. Nice. One more breath in. Come on down. Sway your knees to one side. Drop them to the other. Last bridge or wheel. If you're thinking about wheel, take it on. 3 breaths. 2 more. 1 more breath in. Come on down. Nice work. And come to Supta Baddha Konasana. So you bring your feet together and your knees open up like a book. Yeah, you got it. And then bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And then just close your eyes here. Feel the connection that you've cultivated between yourself, your mind, and your body, and through this screen so far this evening. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Hug your knees. Come into a tiny little ball. Give yourself a good hug. And then bring your feet to the ceiling. So you're going to straighten your legs and bring your hands underneath your bum. And then you'll drop your right leg to hover. Good. And then you'll switch your legs. Then now the left leg hovers. Yeah, you got it. And you're flexing your feet here. And then switch. Switch. And if you want to intensify it, you can release your hands and bring them so they're off the floor. We'll take this, you can take this at your own pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs to the ceiling. Hands underneath your lower back if they've moved. And then drop your legs 30% of the way. So a third of the way down. You're hugging in your belly. Breathe in. Drop them another 30%. Breathe in. Drop them so they're hover off the ground. Look up at your feet and then flutter them for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up to the ceiling, head back down. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Flexing your feet. Nice, Dana. Drop it 1/3 of the way down. You got it. Breathe in, drop it another third. You got it, Liz. One more breath in, drop till they're hover, and then bring them up slightly, down 1 inch. So you're going up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs to the ceiling. Good. Drop your head, bend your knees so that they're parallel to the floor. Flex your feet, bring your hands behind your head, and then straighten your right leg out and bring your right elbow to your left knee. Bicycle twist. Again, you can take this at your own pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees. Nice work, everyone. Getting your core fired up on this Monday. And then grab the back of your knees and rock and roll. So you're rocking at the back of your mat and then forward. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Option to flow it out here. Right leg to the ceiling, half pigeon on the right side. So you bring your right knee to your right wrist, and then you fold over that front leg. You got it, Liz. So then bring your right knee to your right wrist, and your left foot will come in at an angle like this, and then your left leg goes back. So you're sitting on your hips. And fold forward here. So you can walk your hands out, fold over your legs. And if there's something that you'd like to receive through this practice, you can flip your palms up to the ceiling or the sky. And if you'd like to feel more grounded as you finish out this practice, flip your palms towards the mat. And with every exhale, just soften a little bit more into that right leg. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Option to vinyasa, flow it through. Nice, Emily. Left leg to the ceiling, half pigeon on the left side. Yeah, you got it, Liz. And then just stretch that back leg out. Yeah, perfect. Fold forward. Maybe on this side, your wrists are up towards the ceiling or they're down towards the floor. And Darcy and everyone, let your head go here. Don't hold on to anything. Bring your weight onto your left hip and swing your legs forward. And then come onto your back, lie back on. And then you'll bring your feet up to the ceiling. If you have a block, you can, or something to prop your hips up higher, you can do that. Or take shoulder stand. Just getting your feet higher than your heart here. If you're in shoulder stand, take plow, drop your feet over. If you're in waterfall, stay where you are. Plow, take death man's pose, bending your knees to your ears. Feeling the blood rush back into your body. And then everyone slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll back onto your mat. Hug your knees in, and then drop them to the right and open up to the left. Taking a final twist this evening, releasing whatever you don't want to bring with you for the rest of the evening and the week, and making room for new possibilities, new connections. Switch sides, drop your knees to the left, open up to the right. Hug yourself into tiny little ball. Every muscle engage. Hug in. So small. One more breath in. Open up to Shavasana, final resting pose. And close your eyes here. Take up space. Just let your arms fall and your legs fall. Soak in all your hard work this evening. And slowly start to wiggle out your fingers and your toes, bringing life back into your body. And then roll over to your right side into fetal position. With your eyes closed, come up to a seated position at the front of your mat. And then bring your hands to heart center. We'll finish off our practice today with one Om. Breathe in. Bring your hands to your forehead. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in each and every single one of you. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Great work, everyone.
All right, before everybody goes, I just want to say a few thank yous. So first of all, thank you so much, Sonya, for coming on today and taking time out of your day to lead us through this class. I think it was the perfect way for us to start off our week with some physical activity that allows us to connect in support of such a great cause. Second of all, I'd like to thank Yvonne for coming out here today and representing Assaulted Women's Helpline. I know you were in constant communication with Emily leading up to this event, and we really appreciate you helping us coordinate it and promoting it to your followers as well. And last but not least, thank you to all of you who came out and joined us today and donated to the helpline. So far, last time I checked, we were up to $450, and hopefully that number is still growing. So today definitely made a huge impact, and we encourage you all, if you haven't already, check out our Facebook page, our Instagram page. We'll post that